In this program, we're going to learn about the Great Depression. What was the Great Depression? The Great Depression was a time period during the 1930s when there was a worldwide economic crisis and mass unemployment. The decade of the 1920s, called the Roaring Twenties, was prosperous for most people. Then, on Tuesday, October 29, 1929, the stock market crashed. It was called Black Tuesday, and it was the official beginning of the Great Depression. Many people lost all of their money. Banks closed, causing panic across the country. Businesses and industry were greatly affected and began to let workers go or lower wages. Millions of workers were thrown out of work. Unfortunately, at the same time, farmers on the Great Plains were hit hard with a drought and horrendous dust storms. It became known as the Dust Bowl. The natural disaster of the Dust Bowl worsened the effects of the Depression. Herbert Hoover was president at the time. Many Americans blamed him for the Great Depression. Homeless Americans who had lost their houses began living in makeshift shanty towns, which they called Hoovervilles. In 1932, Franklin D. Roosevelt was elected president. Roosevelt began to establish programs known as the New Deal. The New Deal programs were designed to provide jobs and jumpstart the economy. The New Deal eased the hardships of the Great Depression. However, the U.S. economy was still extremely bad throughout until the U.S. became involved in World War II with the bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941. The war effort turned the economy around and ended the Great Depression. Now that you better understand the Great Depression, think about this. Is the stock market a safe place to invest money? Why or why not?